Hello girls, the next topic will be non-financial assistance. Okay, apart from institutions providing financial support, so far we had seen IFCI, commercial banks, SFC, and all these kind of institutions providing financial supports. So now we are going to see institutions which are going to provide non-financial support. So what do you mean by non-financial support? Any support that which is provided apart from financing is what is called as non-financial support. So we are also going to see various institutions here which are providing the non-financial supports for your small scale industries. So in that we are going to see one institution called DIC, okay, District Industries Centers. So these are institutions that which is set up at district level and purely a non-financial institution. Okay, so let's go in details with DIC. So District Industries Center was set up in the year 1978 on the 8th of May. Okay, with the main view of providing an administrative framework for the district level small scale industries and industries in rural areas. Okay, their main concentration is where, as their very name suggests, they are district industry center. So they are more concerned about promoting small scale industries in the district and rural areas. Alright, so other than that, this particular institution is specially stressing on the development of small scale village and cottage industries. Okay, so that which is relevant to a particular district. Its main focus is to promote small scale village and cottage industries. So let's look into the objectives of DIC. So the main objectives or most important objectives of DIC includes accelerating the overall efforts of industrialization of the district. So whatever is the efforts that which is made at the district level to bring up industrialization, okay, setting up more and more of industries. Okay, so acceleration of the same is done. They are trying to speeden up the industrialization at the district level. The next one is to develop rural industries and handicrafts and promote the rural industrialization. Not only at district level, also at rural levels, they are trying to promote the industries, especially handicrafts and to promote the rural industries. So the next objective is to have a balanced economic development in the overall district. Okay, so they are also trying to have a balanced regional development throughout that particular district by setting up industries throughout the district. The next one is providing the benefit of government schemes to the new entrepreneurs. Okay, so government has lot of schemes, so DIC is trying to mediate those schemes, though they are not providing any financial support, but they're trying to avail financial supports from organizations and government schemes and all that for the new entrepreneurs. They're trying to mediate in between the government and the entrepreneurs. Apart from that, centralization of the procedures are also done. Okay, they try to obtain various permissions, licenses, registrations and subsidies, okay, from various authorities and give it to the small scale industries to make their procedures easier in setting up the new industrial units. Alright, the next one is the functions of DIC. So here are the functions of DIC. It acts as a focal point of industrialization at the district. Okay, so DIC is mainly concerned about industrialization in the district level. Then it helps in preparation of statistics and information about various existing industries, be it in the district, be it whether they are medium, large scale or small scale or a cooperative sector. They try to take a statistic and give information about the available industries in the district. Then they also provide a lot of opportunities and guidance to the entrepreneurs, okay, so who require or may lack required knowledge. They try to encourage such kind of entrepreneurs in setting up new enterprises. Then the next one is it also provides required information about the local sources of raw materials and other availabilities. Okay, so when the entrepreneurs are unaware of the sources of the raw materials, so the information regarding sources of raw materials, from where they can be acquired, okay, contacts and exposures are also given for the same. Then it also guides the entrepreneurs with regards to manpower assessment, okay, whether they want skilled labor, semi-skilled labor, or what sort of laborers are required for that particular industry. So that is also been assessed and given as an intimation to the entrepreneurs. Then the next one is they also provide assessment with regards to the available infrastructural facilities, so that quality testing can be done, research and development can be done, transport facilities are made available, prototype development. Okay, so what are prototype development meaning? They try to assess the physical representation of a concept, that is manufacturing or designing a product that which is close to the final product. So such kind of products are assessed by the DIC, and they try to give in feedbacks as to what developments has to be done on the prototype developments and warehouse facilities. So all this is assessed and made available for the small scale industries. Apart from that, DIC organizes entrepreneurship development training programs. So since they are not providing financial support, they're trying to provide all possible support to the entrepreneurs. Like they're also trying to organize training programs for them and trying to inculcate in them that spirit of entrepreneurship, and technically giving them the knowledge of being a successful entrepreneur, training them upon the same. Then the next one is they're providing information about various government schemes and subsidies, grants, and all that is available, okay, for the promotion of the industries. Then it also sanctions registration. So I've already told you, small scale industries registration is not mandatory, but then they try to help in the registration procedure and sanction the registrations also. Then they are also preparing the techno-economic feasibility report. So that is, what is a techno-economic report is nothing but it's a report that refers to the estimation of the project demand potential. Okay, so what is the demand potential of the project in the market, and what is the choice of the technology that which has to be taken. Okay, so it is a basic analysis of the existing market and technology, so that newer innovations can be brought forth in the thing, and also find out how feasible your report is with regards to the techno-economic aspects. The next one is it provides advice to the entrepreneurs on investments. Their portfolio management is also taken care of, and they are providing various advices regarding the same. Then it acts as a link between the entrepreneurs and the lead bank of the districts. That is, since it does not provide financial support but tries to procure financial support for the same. They are trying to provide financial support indirectly by linking them with the various lead banks in the districts. Then they are implementing various government sponsored schemes, okay, for the educated unemployed persons. Okay, like you would have heard of this Jawar Yojgar Yojana and all that which is made by the government. So they're trying to implement those schemes and encouraging a lot of unemployed educated youths, okay, to take up entrepreneurship and perform the same. Then they're also enabling and helping the entrepreneurs in obtaining licenses for electricity, water, okay, and various no objection certificates. For all that purpose, they try to help the entrepreneurs to get the certificates and licenses to use the same. Then they're also assisting the entrepreneurs to procure imported machineries and raw material. Now, if at all an entrepreneur wants to procure, okay, imported machineries or raw materials, so that is also facilitated, and they help them to procure. Then it also organizes marketing outlets, okay, in liaison with other government agencies. So it also helps in the marketing of small scale products, okay, small scale industries products in the district level, by creating a liaison. Liaison is a cooperation or a communication, a close coordination with other government agencies, because usually it's the government who end up promoting the sale of small scale organizations products or services that which is produced. So this is about DIC. So you can just see that the contribution that which is made by DIC is definitely appreciable, even though they do not provide financial support, but still they are providing various forms of non-financial support to encourage the small scale industries at the district levels. So if you have any doubts, you can clarify. Thank you.